Hello everyone. Today let us see the Government of India Act of 1990. This is also known as MONTAGUE-CHELMSFORD reforms, and this name comes from two individuals' name. One is Chelmsford and another one is Montague. Montague was the Secretary of State for India, and Lord Chelmsford was the Viceroy of India. So the Viceroy's name is very important, which is Lord Chelmsford. Okay, now let us see the important features. I have only listed most important points, and let us see what are they. First one is that it relaxed the control of the central over the provinces, okay, and divided the subjects into central and provincial subjects. Okay, so this was the important point. By this act, it divided the subjects into two. One is central subjects and another one is provincial subjects. Okay, and the provinces was free from this act onwards because central released its control over the provinces. Okay, but still the government was unitary. Okay, even though the structure of the government was unitary, there was a kind of relaxation for the provinces from the hold of central. Okay, so this is the first point. Central released its control over the provinces, and the subjects were divided into central as well as provincial subjects. Next one is the diarchy. Diarchy was introduced in the provinces. The word diarchy means double government, okay, which means two. They divided the provincial subjects. I told you that central and provincial subjects are there, and provincial subjects again divided into transfer as well as reserved subjects. Okay, so there is a difference in these both subjects. If you are taking the case of transferred subject, this will be administered by the governor. Actually, both will be administered by the governor. Okay, so the transferred subject will be administered by the government with the help of ministers who are responsible to the legislative council. Okay, so the transferred subjects will be administered by the governor with the help of ministers, and the reserved subjects will be administered by the governor with the help of executives. Okay, executive council. Okay, so this is the difference. One will be with the help of ministers and another will be with the help of executive. Okay, executive council. This is the second point. Actually, this is the very important point of this act, because in this act of 1919 they introduced diarchy at provinces, but in the coming act, that is in the act of 1935, they have introduced this diarchy system in the center also. So often when it is coming for the exam, we will get confused. Okay, so you will have to make clear that diarchy at provinces is introduced in the act of 1919 and diarchy at center is introduced in the act of 1935. You have to be clear and thorough. Okay, this is very important and often it is seen in the questions. Okay, question papers. Okay, then third point is that they have introduced bicameral system. Okay, bicameral system means there will be an upper house and the lower house. Okay, so many provinces and central government had bicameral system. This was the first time they introduced this bicameral system in the India. Okay, in India. Then there is a change in the Viceroy's executive council. There were 6 executive council, and they decided that it will be Indian. Means 3 out of the 6 members in the executive council will be Indians. Okay, that was the fourth point. That is, there are 6 members in the Viceroy's executive council, and out of them 3 members will be Indians. Okay, so that is the fourth point. So first one, that central relaxed the control over the provinces, and the subjects were divided into central as well as provincial subjects. Then diarchy introduced in the provinces, both transferred as and reserved subjects. Transferred means governor will be administering these subjects with the help of ministers, and reserve will be administered with the help of executive council. Okay, then third point is that introduction of the bicameralism in the country. The fourth point is that Viceroy's executive council, 3 out of 6 members will be Indians. Then fifth point is they have extended the communal representation to 4 more groups. They are Sikh, Indian Christian, Anglo-Indians and Europeans. Okay, so they have extended the communal representation. And the sixth one is they provided or granted franchise to people based on tax, property and education. Okay, franchise means the right to vote. Okay, so they have provided the franchise based on tax, property and education. Then seventh point is that there was a post for Secretary of State for India. So some of the powers of the Secretary of State for India was transferred to another post, and that post is High Commissioner for India, that is in London. Okay, so a new post is created which is High Commissioner for India in London, and some of the functions of Secretary of State for India has been transferred to this new post of High Commissioner. Okay, then eighth point is that PSC, Central PSC has been introduced. They have recommended for the introduction of Central Public Service Commission in this act, and it has been started in the year of 1926 according to this recommendation in the Act of 1919. Okay, then ninth point is that they have separated the provincial budget from the central budget. Now provinces are free to make or enact their own budget. Okay, so they have separated the budget from central budget. Then 10th point is that they have also provided for the appointment of a statutory commission after the 10th year of this Act of 1919, so that they will be able to assess the development of this or assess the progress of this progress of the recommendations made in the Act of 1919. Okay, so these are the 10 points mentioned in the Act of 1919. First one is that they released the control of central over the provinces and divided the subjects into central and provinces. Second is that diarchy was introduced in the provinces. Third is the bicameralism, introduction of bicameralism in the country. Fourth is 3 out of 6 members in the Viceroy's Executive Council will be Indians. Then they extended the communal representation to Sikh, Indian Christian, Anglo-Indian as well as Europeans. Then franchise was provided based on tax, property and education. Then a new post of High Commissioner for India was introduced, and some of the power of the Secretary of State for India was being transferred to this post. Okay, then Central Public Service Commission will be established, that is also recommended in this act. Then it has been established in the year of 1926. Then they have separated the provincial budget from the central budget, and provinces are now free to enact their own budget. Then a statutory commission will be set up for the analysis of this 1919 Government of India Act. Okay, so these are the 10 points, and in this diarchy provinces is very important point, and also Central Public Service Commission is also recommended under this Government of India Act of 1919. Okay, so these 2 points you should be thorough with, because always there was questions in the question papers. Okay, so that's all. Thank you.